of bread.
Yeah, pretty much. Meat and taters and veggies and lots of
Mm.
salt and ground peppers. Good stuff.
Carbs
Spider
are like
bacon.
my favorite meal. Don't. Why are you doing this to me?
I'm pretty sure it's spider bacon, which I'm excited to try and gain.
Ooh.
Actually, okay, they're carnivores, but they prefer things like the catoblepus, slabs of catoblepus, that kind of thing.
But it's not like
Makes
sorry.
great bacon.
So
Yeah,
it's not like uh the firstborn of a newlywed couple on the midsummer
Yeah, nothing like that. Right? Exactly. No, nothing like that. Although you'll hear them occasionally grumble about the fact that they haven't had an Englishman in how long? They like the Englishman on a French roll, but they can't have that. So.
Huh. Oh man, I was drinking water when you said that.
Anything I can
Oh,
do to make it entertaining on your end, that's what I'm going for.
don't joke.
If the giant's name happened to have been New York, then it'd be an Englishman in New York, right?
At least it's not nobody.
it's been at least 15 minutes. In fact, that's what the alarm was.
Aha! Now we know what the alarm is for. So, Gene, while they're sleeping, you've been industriously working away, and the number of people that have come over to help has included the 12. The other 10, other.
Mary.
Mary is green. I don't have to tell anybody that one. You know your name.
Yeah. Okay, what about yellow?
I'm pulling up the name generator right now so we can get to it. Alrighty. Due to the fact that you're drawing from a majority human population, I'm going to need you to roll a d6 to see if any of these aren't humans.
6.
6. So we have one that's not human right off the get-go. Uh, it is a
A D4. D8 got now. 3.
okie dokie, and so many clicks now. Common names. It's a halfling,
Ooh.
and this is Orange Veil.
Like, never mind. I told you yellow. That's okay.
Oh, you said yellow? It's Yellow
Yeah,
Veil? You want to go Yellow Veil first? Okay, yellow's fine.
yeah.
Let me go get it over poke, because I don't want to do. I like the idea of the Orange Veil being. So this would be an elf. There we go.
Fun. Phan.
Thin. Doranthin,
It,
and Cure is just spelled cure.
okay.
He is
That
actually.
was.
He
App.
actually.
Oh, I want to. Oh, I want to know what's going on there so bad. As soon
Uh,
as I find out, that's where he's from.
yes, you'll be wanting to come back and talk to him. But because he's Yellow Veil, realize that he's kind of mercurial. He's going to be one of those people that's really kind of fascinating, but you don't want to get too close to too quickly because he might change and might not even talk to you tomorrow. Like why are you here? Wait, you're from my hometown? Oh crap, that kind of
Are you
thing.
sure this is a Mr. Darcy?
Orange.
Orange Veil, we already know it's going to be halfling. So let me go back and get that guy's name.
Oh, that's so. If the other one's an elf.
Yeah, that was an elf from your hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, Orange Veil halfling, and his name is. Oh, that's very funny. His name is Stomas, Stomas. But he introduced himself as, "Hi, this is stomus, and so you can't tell that if he's actually saying this is Thomas or this is stomus. So he holds on to his S's a little. Stomus of Cofalls. Cofalls. It's a place.
Cofallas. Okay.
And he's very protective of his family name for obvious reasons. If you give him any grief, he'll just say, call him Underwood.
Underwood.
No, I'm sorry, Underhill.
Gone down in spectrum color.
Sure.
4.
Okay, so that'd be a human. Roll a D3. D2. Her name is Suna. Sunna.
Okay, all
Her she,
WOON. I mean SOON.
no, Sunna. Suna.
UNNA. Suna. Okay.
And she goes by the demonstrative Teologica.
K.
If you think about it, it makes perfect sense for a red veil priest.
Okay, and this is a human.
Yes.
Okay. Next one is purple.
Roll a D6.
3.
Another human. Roll a D2. Even odds.
Odd.
Another female.
Okay.
Wow, she's a little pretentious. This is which color we're on now?
Purple.
Purple veil.
Purple.
This makes kind of sense. Her name is Warder Nordaye.
Warder. WARDER. Right.
Right. So that's her title.
No.
Nordaye. Nordaye. She's dark complected, far from the south, more than likely Southern, towards the Swarthier Plains. Traveled a long way, more than likely sympathetic to the.
Okay. Now after purple comes blue.
Okay, blue. Roll a D6. D2.
4.
Male.
Okay. Human. Male.
You've got mail.
Hughes got mail. And his name is Hughes Giles.
Hughes. HUGHES.
Yep.
Niles. N-I.
No, G. Giles.
Giles.
Gyles.
Y.
And he's from Eldrasar. From the city.
Elder. Miriam's from Elwendale.
Mm-hmm. Indigo.
It's like
Indigo.
D6.
Okay. A 6.
Dwarven D. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dwarven D. D3.
Yeah, you didn't hear me,
1.
but because I muted myself, but I was really happy that one of them was named Giles because Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 1.
Okay, hit male or female? Oh yeah, 1.
Okay, so it's a dwarven grund by the name of. Oh, this is gonna be lovely confusing.
What, male?
Yeah. Mealy Kadu.
McKeely?
No, Mealy. Mili. Last name Kadu. Kadu.
Bless you.
Exactly.
Not Kudzu?
No, Kudu.
And he's a grund.
Yes.
GR.
Oh, that's peekaboo.
And I just didn't know if I heard that or not.
Yep.
Okay, now we have black,
Black.
gray, and white.
D6.
D6. 4.
4. Another human. D3. I'm sorry, D2.
1.
Oh, that's too creepy. Also from Elwyn Dale.
Elris.
Yeah, Elwys. Elwys.
Whis.
Elwys.
Like whisper.
Yes. Yeah, you're pulling from your hometown though. That's pretty good.
Now, was that a black?
That's Black Veil.
Black.
Remember at least that the elves of Inandara recognize and appreciate everybody from all different backgrounds. So
Yeah. That's black.
No, not really.
Does anyone?
John does.
what's that?
No, nothing.
Jaundice?
There you go.
I'm talking to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
No problem.
We held nothing against. 5.
Okay. It's our first sec 2.
Of course, you dropped down. A 5. Oh, D2. That would be odd.
Odd. All right. And then a D6. Okay. So it's a sec gen Ursine by the name of Bali Tali.
Just a moment. I need to pick up a dice and then go back to writing
No problem.
so I don't lose it. I already lost all my D4s on this floor and I can't find them yet.
No problem.
Okay, that was great.
Great.
So,
An Ursine male
Ursine,
named Bali Tali.
Ursa. Okay. Bali, Bally.
Sure.
Must be a jolly fellow.
Bali Tali is very jolly.
Bali is very jolly. Okay, that was great. Now, the last one is white.
Yep, D6.
Okay. That's even. 4.
Okay, so yeah, that's just D6. So 4,
4.
and then roll a D6.
6.
6.
So, it's human. Is it male or female?
It's male.
Okay.
Nuisis vacuoso. Nuisis.
Spell that.
N-U-
Dallas is N-U.
Nusuisis. Nusuius. Nusuisus.
Oh my God. And the last name?
Uoso
U-
means empty.
UASO?
Uoso.
Yeah, UOSO. That's what I had. Okay. Got him.
Alrighty. Well,
No, you owe us.
I'm gonna go back
Yep.
to our group. Gets up in the morning and such. Yay, such fun.
And bagels?
And bagels.
Bagels?
Bagels.
Stomach.
No, it's called a sensuous. Sensuous. That's Freudian there. Sensitive, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What is
So-
it? Some sort of fungus?
You have no
No.
idea. You will someday learn. You'll learn. You'll understand.
No.
A form of penicillin. That's what I know that.
It associates with the movie you and I love to quote from. It's people. All right. So up in the morning. And of course, I closed all the windows with the maps on it. That was a good plan, wasn't it? That was a great plan.
With a horse, mostly had to walk, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, crossing that first hex of ruins, of rough terrain, roll a d6 for me, Allie.
Okay. Grab everything. Do, 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 do. Let me just square. Oh, come on. I have a big one. Where is it? Big D6. 5.
A 5. All right. You see indications of a fairly large group of rook that must have come through here, because there is a swath about 60 feet wide where there is like nothing growing. It looks like they were out grazing one of their hordes of little creepy spiders.
Oh boy.
So everything's mowed off at the grass level, at the ground level. It's not on path with you, and it's several days old, so there's just the beginnings of new grasses rising up from the mowed area. Since you're not actually actively pursuing them, I anticipate that you won't find anything other than just the prurient interest of knowing that they were passing from the north to the south of interest to you.
Other than wondering what spider bacon tastes like, I'm not very interested.
Nice. I imagine that spider bacon is going to be more along the lines of...
Turkey.
No, I was thinking... what's the term? Chicharrones. They burned up to little crisps.
Crispy bits.
Crunchy husks.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, especially with a little bit of hot sauce. Ooh.
I really
Honestly-
had like something hot in my bowl from Chipotle, and yeah, my tongue was like burning, and it wasn't even anything spicy, but like it's enough for my tongue to feel like.
I know. Stereotyping. I know. I'm guilty. Guilty as charged.
I know, but I have had that my entire life. Oh my god.
Yeah, I imagine.
Deal with.
It's a burden. It's a cultural burden you have to put up with. I get it. So, anyway, so you see the path of them, but you don't see any of them. And since you're up in the highlands, you can see down into the marsh. There is something rather large disturbing trees probably about a mile from here. You can just...
Mara, I want to go practice my weapon art on it.
I'm not stopping you.
All right, in that case, I'm gonna go towards it.
And I grab you. I'm like, "Are you out of your mind?"
He goes woohoo, grabs the reins of his goat and turns towards the disturbance. She says,
Just
Hey,
like
get your
yoink it
hands off
back.
me.
she grabs your shoulder
Maybe.
if it's still there.
Okay, fine.
Now he thinks he's a monster hunter.
Yeah, he
I
kills
need practice.
kills one cataplopus, and he thinks he's like the...
And instead of a monster hunter, I mean a monster warrior.
A monster warrior would imply that I'm a warrior who fights with the backing of a monster.
Or you drank a lot
You
of...
are monstrously large.
For this conversation.
You're done with it. Okay. So, continuing on along the course, go ahead and roll another d6 for me, Court.
into my
Into your bucket of dice.
no, into my my little thing of Gameology that they were selling, those black dice containers to roll in them.
Yes, the dice rolling tables. Yes.
Yeah, I rolled 3 as well.
Even as he said 3, you were looking at a 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to roll. I was just like, oh yeah, there you go. And it's like, it landed on 3.
He just looked over your shoulder and said that. That's all it was. So he saw that happen. Okay. So
Sorry.
that's okay. So you're Evening is go. Even as you're setting up camp, though, you can see fires lit in the structure up the mountain. You can't quite make it out, but you see the glow of the fires from beyond a ridge up the mountain from you.
So we see the mountain ridge.
Yeah, like I said, you're at the edge of the mountains at dusk, and so you set up your camp. And as the light of the
Yeah.
so
We'll avoid that.
okay, so during the night, go ahead and roll another check, d6. Boring adventurers. So there's no encounters during the night either. So you sleep rather
Sweet.
placidly. You might have heard in the night call of one of the night birds or something, but
Oh, I was
nothing.
gonna say Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, nice. That's just what we need to add to this is that kind of level of insanity. Get it? Insanity.
Of course.
Ah,
Of course, we're not encountering anything. We're on a mission from God.
Exactly. We don't want to get injured before we get to the place where we have to die. All right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, to quote Dan Aykroyd, we're on a mission from God.
That's right. It's 10 o'clock at night. Got a full tank of gas and half a pack of smokes. It's 10 o'clock at night and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Anyway, so morning comes. You're
With or without you?
with or without me, or sheep. You're eating sheep, with or without you.
Ah,
They were you until you ate them. Mutton without you. Get it?
no. You got mutton out of my sleeve.
Mutton up my sleeve. Oh, that's gross. Bloody chunks of lamb up your arm. Nice.
Just how I like them.
Exactly. All right.
Just how Mom made them.
Exactly. So the ridge up. I mean the climb up the mountain looks fairly reasonable. Are you going to travel by steed, or are you going to switch over and walk from here?
How does the path look? Narrow or?
No, it's pretty broad. Like I said, it looks like a pretty easy climb. Doesn't look too difficult.
I have a goat. I'm gonna.
You're
I
fine
can-
with it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
As
I
long
think
as you're
we
good
can-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. As you're trotting up the path, you'll come to a corner when you can look up. Let me see if I can find a picture for that just real quick here.
I think that once it starts becoming a little more apparent that it's getting pretty close, that we should.
Dismount and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can go grab you a picture. Go. Nycos Adventures Atlas Locales and
Umara,
What's up?
I'll kill twice as many rooks as you.
You can certainly try. Even if you get one of the really big ones, it still only counts as one.
still only counts as one. Okay, so back to screen share to give you a visual.
I like queso.
Queso.
Yeah.
Seriously, queso.
Depends on the queso.
Share screen. Image of what you see. There you go. That's what you see.
Oh wow.
What do we see? Ooh. Not ominous at night at all.
No, not at all. The fact that the entrance to the primary castle itself is flooded down below, and what looks like what was left of the town has been flattened, other than looks like they used a rowboat to move from here out to the town, out to the city itself, is nothing daunting about that. Not to mention the fact that there's that rather ominous looking.
Doesn't tell a story.
No, but look at all the little trails. So apparently there are a lot of folks in the area because there's a lot of foot traffic. Look at all those little
Is there-
pathways. the waters that are represented here are pretty accurate. Only they're boiling periodically. There'll be little bubbles and pop and roils, and so the surface of the water is a little less clear. But it looks like the water might be warm. There's like a little bit of steam rising above the water level.
I'm most concerned about the color of the sky.
Okay, ignore the sky. It's purple. It's usual. I didn't doctor the photo.
All right.
I didn't undoctor the photo. I'll also notice that to the right-hand side, opposite where the doorway to the castle would be, is looks like a depression that might be a cave entrance as well.
Don't be.
It's flooded as well. So both entrances seem to be covered by water.
I think this is where. Will go ahead? Except
for the carving up above, that trail looks well used, and although Yuri isn't here, she could lower water.
Yeah, with the control water.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that for. I think that's Clark only. No, wait. I think Druids can.
Not Miri. What did I say? Yeah, did I say Miri? Oh, it was Miri. That's what I needed to say. Miri, are you there? Come in, Miri. She stepped away. All right. So, probably she set her timer and went to do other things. So, do you want to go in you want to try to go into the castle that has the Grolim / goblin-y face on it, or do you want
It's
to...
going to be a while before I can control water.
Yeah.
Well,
there are a couple of rowboats. You could row out there if you wanted to.
this is the castle we're looking for, correct?
Yep. I think we're going to have to leave Junior behind.
Well,
all right.
Elzabeth could swim it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to have Elzabeth go in first.
Okay.
You know what?
That's very interesting voice in my head.
Yeah.
I have... Let's see. I have... epaulets that Valera gave me that he said use in the Tween Sea. So they might be aquatic or something.
True.
Aquatic?
Kawatic, yeah, from Koatoa.
Aquatic.
They might be able to
They're not
help us
chaotic,
with this
they're
water
aquatic.
situation.
So you're gonna pull out
aquatic.
You're gonna pull out the epaulets.
Yes, I'm gonna pull out the epaulet.
Okay.
Water breathing potions left over.
You do have.
I'm gonna pop one of those.
Okay.
With the epaulets on, I'm gonna jump into the water.
Mauricia, and I dive in.
Okay, so you dive into the water. Immediately you're able to breathe. What's really hysterical is as he attempts to leap into the water with his epaulets on, he finds himself standing on the surface of the water.
Well,
I laugh because he fell for it.
all right.
He's laying on the surface of the water. This is not cool.
I'm just gonna float there like a dead fly for a few seconds.
Well, you don't
and
float.
then-
No, you're above the water's surface. It's like a solid to you.
Oh.
You're laying on top of the water.
You're doing a Jesus moment right now.
It's not even that, because he can't even stand up because the waves and the ripples are discombobulating him, so he's having a hard time even standing. It's like walking on glass.
All right, I'm gonna take off.
You're going to take off. Where are you going?
And then I'm gonna...
What are you going to take off?
No.
Where are you going to take
No,
off
I'm gonna
to?
take off the epaulets, and then I'm going to down potion.
Okay, so as he takes off the epaulets, as soon as he gets the first one off, he immediately plunges into the water. Make a dex save to hold on to the epaulets.
Oh boy.
Right.
No kitty gloves.
What'd you roll?
Oh, a 2?
Oof. You're not gonna name tag that?
I don't think I can.
Why can't you?
Oh wait, that's right. Okay, 1 second.
Just put a question mark after your name indicating you've used it. That's all we do is to show that you use your name tag.
All right. That's that's actually twice as good.
A 4, huh?
So 4.
Okay. So as he splashes into the water, you see the epaulets floating on the surface of the water.
I go and claim them and slip them into my pocket.
So he's foundering, trying to get back to the surface and whatever. Realizes that he's lost him in the water. You're over there. He thinks you may have come to help him, so he's not even really aware that you've grabbed them.
And then I pull a Rosamund and I'm out, and I'm just like backstroking.
So she's enjoying the waters. The water temperature, by the way, is
Alrighty then.
it's about 88 degrees, so it's almost to the uncomfortably warm stage of
Oh
water.
no, this is perfect water.
Yes,
Kidding?
and it's got
All right.
it's got a slight saline content because it's mineral water, boiling up from the different springs that are under the surface.
All right,
While you're in
now
here,
that we're done with
while you're in here, kneeling on the top of that first ridge of green hills, is a figure that kind of looks like the hideous image on the front of the building. It's a hairy, fur-covered, snarling-faced beast, but it's like chuckling or laughing at you.
What's Yeti doing here?
why don't we ask it? Hello.
It looks at you, and you realize it stands up, and like any wild animal, it's not wearing any clothes. Its fur covers its form. It's slightly less hairy on its chest and upper torso, but the lower part of the body is downright shaggy. And it looks like it tries to preen or take care of itself from about the waist up, but the lower half, the fur is. Hang on a second, I'm getting a call from Gene. Hang on a second. Hello, Gene. What happened? Hang on a second. I gotta do all kinds of stuff here. I gotta put on my headpieces for this.
I couldn't unmute
What's up, Gene?
myself.
What's that?
When the screen was up, I couldn't
Rolled a
unmute
16
myself.
on my
Couldn't unmute
check
yourself.
to
Huh?
You said you couldn't unmute yourself.
see if I saw you take my frickin'
Well, I
epaulets.
muted myself because I was just listening to music while I was listening to you.
Right.
But- And
But
so
when
I
you-
was following along, and then when I went up to my character, it wasn't this view, it was another view with the big screen up and the little screen to the side. I couldn't do anything on my picture.
Huh.
Now
Well,
I can.
I don't see anything that's precluding it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the stream. In other words.
No. I told you I had muted it, and then I couldn't. The button for unpin wouldn't activate.
Okay, so just log out and log back in.
I think I have it now. Do I have it
Yep.
now?
Yeah, you got it. I can hear you.
Okay. I was able to do it when all the pictures were
That's
on.
exciting. Yes.
As the host, you can request participants to unmute themselves. So, like, if you go to like the top right of her profile picture, the 3 dots.
I know.
And-
It only shows that I can put her into chat. It doesn't show me that I can unmute her. But the mute button is down in the bottom right corner.
So what happened while I was frantically looking for my phone, which I couldn't find?
Well, I was turning back to you for a minute because they were doing something else, but they're back. But I wanted to know, you had said that you were going to be using Scry to follow their action.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to use a bowl of holy water and do it. I'm not going to use the orb.
Right.
She
You're
doesn't.
going to use the ritual instead of the orb. I get that.
Yeah.
Doing a Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
Exactly. Get there. You can't build a gate that way because you don't know where it is in reference to everything else because you haven't traveled there. But you could, if you needed to, go to where they are if you wanted.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be able to come back. Well, no, you
Yeah.
can come back because you can then think of a place you've already been. So that's fine. But I'm just saying you could not come back here again without having traveled here otherwise.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to join them, you could and then go home at the end of the sessions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you wanted to get away from the
I-
humdrum of the city
Yeah.
operations.
Before she brought the people here, what I'll say is that she said, this temple is in Concordia, and we're going to live by the ideals of Concordia, that people can live together in harmony. So we will talk about only those things we have in common.
Why can't
Where
we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be
the other
friends?
stuff is not unimportant. Our differences is what your religion is. My differences with you are what my religion dictates. But together, as a council of 10, we will endeavor to do good work for the people of Nycos in our ways, each in our ways that suit our veil.
Amen.
Amen.
So there. So she will take the scry and she'll.
So you see this place that they're looking at. That's what that picture was for, is to show them.
Yeah.
Let's see all photos. Go back.
I will get the photo back. Oh, it's your photo. Okay.
Yeah, just 2 seconds. I gotta go back and get it again. Share screen. Oh, and I closed the screen. That was good, John.
That's good.
Yep.
There we go.
Terraforming.
Sopping wet and looking, but only to grab his epaulets that were floating on the surface because he lost them as he was climbing up out of the water.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
so hoping that she had
There's
seen
also-
me laughing at him.
There's also a hairy creature, maybe 3.5 feet tall, on the edge of that green at the bottom near the main road that goes up towards the temple on the wall, up in the mountain. And it's laughing at them. Almost falling down, laughing.
okay. Well, first she greets the both of them.
And she literally will appear on the shore side there on the left hand side opposite the little boat. So Miriam.
What the?
Do like a Scooby-Doo Nowhere and freak out.
Exactly. It's Miri right there. How she got here, you'll never know.
Wait,
Well,
are we off out of the water or no?
No, you're standing basically that deep spot there between the little rowboat and the other shore is about probably 6 feet tall, so it's up to about the middle of Cord's chest, and you're basically treading water, Umra.
I compose myself and I'm like, Miri.
Yes.
Wait a
I-
minute.
I
Miri,
can- What?
is that really you?
Yes, Cord, it's really me. And yes, Umara beat you in an arm wrestling.
Okay, well
it's
played.
her.
And besides which, you got your hand shot off, and then you got some sort of mechanical
Okay,
thing.
okay, it's you.
Clearly, it's Umra. She's telling everybody's life story. I mean, that's clearly a Miri
Yeah.
thing. Totally a Miri thing to do. Start telling everybody the whole story. Nice. Miri's signature move is to rat out the whole party. That's good. That's good. That's great.
Where are we?
We're in front of a fire giant stronghold that's been overtaken by the rook.
Or
And
by
there's like
or by something, because that image does not look like a rook on the front of the building.
Or so we thought. It's not a rook.
and there's like a was that thing over there that laughed at us.
A furry dude.
Have we tried talking to it?
I
No?
said hello.
He said hello, and it just stopped laughing. And
For moments, it's like we see it, but she doesn't.
Yeah, probably.
No.
right here. So the little dude standing.
Okay, I see a blue blob.
Yeah,
That's where it
that's
is.
where it is.
Okay. Mary pops over there. Hello.
You freak him out. The little guy shrieks, and he has a squeaky, greasy kind of a voice. He shrieks, "Ah! Terrifying it is! Terrifying!" And it goes running away from you up the hill.
Oh, please don't. I'm a good person. I just thought I would say hello.
It stops at that place where the road turns to the right and starts to climb the hill, and he stops there.
Can I
Looks back at you.
really? All I wanted to do is say hello and greet you. I've never seen one of your kind before, and I was really curious.
He kind of looks at you with his head. He turns his head at this really almost impossible, like the way he turned his ears like little radar to face you. And he goes, "Why come here?"
Well, we're just travel. I guess they're traveling through. They're trying to get somewhere else, and this was on the way to going where they were going. And it's interesting, don't you think?
The two of you who came up here for a purpose are now seeing her talking about what your purpose is without really apparently knowing what your purpose is. So
Well, whatever.
Well, it was interesting. I find it interesting.
Okay, are we there?
you're standing still in the water. So
Uh, my name is Mary Elwin. What is your name?
I'm called Turkey.
Oh, that was
Turkey.
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 Jerky.
Grr.
Jerky.
Turnkey.
Jerky.
Turnkey.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Jerky. These are my friends, Cord and Umra. Umara.
He's just
I'm
sitting
a-
on the ground blinking at you.
I'm gonna start walking
Anyway.
towards the castle.
Okay.
If
So
you'd like
walking,
to come back,
you're slogging through the water, so they'll hear you sloshing towards
you
the
want
front
me to
entrance.
take that water away from the castle?
Wow! Now there's an idea. Miss, I can move 500,000 gallons.
1,000,000, 100 by 100 by 100. It's 1,000,000 cubic feet of water, which is actually 2.5 gallons or something like that. Anyway,
So 2.5
so
gallons.
she takes her thing and she lifts 1,000,000 gallons up in the air, and that way you can see if there's anything there. If not, well,
So
I
you're just
will
going
put
to
it
hold
back.
the water as a bubble above your head? What are you
No,
doing
I
with it?
move it off to the side. Well, actually, I can push it back.
You can just lower it. It's called lower water. You just make
Okay,
it go away.
lower water. I lower the water.
Okay. So now you're standing there sopping wet. More than likely you have like a fish in a pocket or two.
Oh, dinner.
Wriggling and whatever.
You two look kind of so.
The entrance to the castle now you can see is a looks like a metal portcullis, mostly rusted. Water is pouring out of it across the ground, but it's of course now cleared. The cave on the other side, you can see slowly slopes downward into the mountainside. So basically, two different places to enter here. In the water that is pouring out of the castle, you can see that there is some kind of debris piling up on the far side of the portcullis. And after a few seconds, you'll see a random forearm, wrist, and fingers, still connected by connective tissue, drift out and follow lazily along the draining water.
Like an overseer?
Are they rook?
Just an arm. Just the dead arm.
Is it a rook arm?
No, you really can't make out what it is. It's skeletal with connective tissue. There's no armor or anything on it. It's about the same size as a mortal arm, but it's just been underwater for a really long time.
All right, I'm gonna remove the portcullis.
Okay, now remove. Are you going to just literally try to wrench it out of its place, or are you going to try to lift it? What's your plan?
I'll lift it.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Be a strength check, DC 19.
All right. Let's see. It's plus 11. Okay, that's a At 19 on the die.
Okay. As you go to lift it, it actually will fall apart in your hands. It's been here and underwater for so long that the metal is just literally you've got like a couple handfuls of iron oxide, and the rest of it is like falling down around you, pieces and such clattering to the ground.
I broke it at it.
Looks like it.
Now beyond it, on the ground, up to about 3 feet in some places, are piles of debris and dead bodies, most of which are human size or smaller. You don't see any evidence of giant type, and although this arch is certainly big enough for a giant, it dawned on you also that this fortress they've sent you to is not even really a giantish fortress, but maybe of this weird, broad-eared, hairy peoples that you just saw. So maybe the giants are having you clear something that doesn't actually belong to them.
You know, Mara, I think we've been had.
They're making us do their dirty work, aren't they?
Well, we'll talk to him about it later.
When you rip the door down, Gurgi actually advances a little bit towards Miri. He's still eyeing her suspiciously, but he goes, "Ah, found my home. Yes, help me get back mine. That is mine. Mine, I say, mine."
That's strange. A fire giant sent. Oh, I don't know that.
No, you don't.
Well, I can certainly get you in there, but without having to go all through that muck and mire. You know,
There's-
Cord, if we go up the hill a bit so I can see the top of one of those buildings, I can just pop you up there.
Where you think you're going, Miri?
Well, I noticed there's a slope right here to the left. Go up high enough so I have a view down, like on that tower or on those crenellated gate towers.
What's your purpose for that?
Well, to get them up there
Well,
without having to slog through this mess. That's all. Just to get them up
Well,
there.
the way I see it, there's a bunch of dead bodies down here, so I think this is the place of importance into the gate.
He's going, something's killing things. Can I go kill it, please? I can
Oh,
hear.
Yeah, okay, if you want to look at it like that, yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
the
fine, Cord. I'll come with you.
altruistic approach that the Cord has to everything.
Oh, I gotta find out how long that damn spell lasts.
Lower water? Lower water does what it says. It lowered the water. It doesn't have
Okay.
a duration.
Until I wanted to release it.
No.
Okay.
No, that's that's control water. The spell lower water is a lower level of equivalent, and it's just literally water and put it someplace. You just push the water down and away.
Okay.
It'll
Push it away.
only come back when it fills up again. With these the little springs and stuff that are here will take a really long time to fill this area in. This is just
But
really,
there's snow
really,
melt up on the mountain.
We can
you don't see
just
don't see any snow at this point.
Oh, I
can-
don't. So those pictures are wrong. There's
No,
no
the
snow.
pictures, that's not snow, it's white rock. It's not being able to flush their turbulence.
Alright. I'm gonna climb on top of the pile of bodies to get a better view of the room I'm in.
Well, it's only 3 feet, so it's like literally one step for you to step up on top of the pile. As you hear the crunch of the bones beneath you and you peer into the darkness,
Ugh.
the passageway looks like the murder row in most castles. So the watchtowers there are about 30 feet long, and there is a second portcullis still closed at the other end. And you notice to the left and the right, at about 15 feet up on either side, are, for lack of a better term, arrow slits that open into this area. So basically, people that are defending the castle would be in either side, so when the gate broke through, they could then rain down hell from the left and right against the people that were the invaders.
Wonderful idea. She pops over to where they are. Excuse me, I need to join my friends. And she'll pop over to them.
Miri. I'll do that.
Yeah, you guys keep doing it.
Damn.
Gurgi has come back to his perch on the edge of the rise, looking down at you guys as you're entering the structure.
Does he seem concerned, or
And he's like yearning. He's got kind of that look of, can I come too? But he's also kind of scared because you guys are a lot bigger than he is.
Don't make him adorable. I'm gonna want to keep it.
if I don't get to kill monsters on the way over, you don't get to keep the
pets.
Yeah, the pets.
Fine.
Oh.
All right.
As you guys start to enter the place, though, two of you disappear inside, and Umra is standing in the door. Does not seem to mind being in the water at all. He's moving towards you, and when he swims with just the tip of his nose out of the water. So as he breathes out, he sprays the water across the surface. So
I lift up the she has made a total of 10 continual light stones. She had 7 up there, but here she's going ahead and pulling out one of the continual light stones.
okay, so you're holding a stone in your hand, revealing the
Yeah.
light in the room. And it's murder row, so to speak, and have painted all kinds of epithets on the walls, saying "Can't kill me, ha ha," "Death to the usurpers," and "Usurpers isn't spelled right," and that kind of thing.
Okay.
The
Kilroy was here,
yeah, that kind of nonsense.
then there.
Yeah, the second gate is still down, and beyond it, again, you see another pile of debris, a little bit taller this time, and you can see arms and legs and different body parts jammed into it, like they were trying to.
He says a prayer over the bones. You know, may their souls have been judged and placed accordingly.
Okay.
I'm looking for a forge.
Well, you're just inside the ward house, so when you get across to the other archway, looking inward, you realize that this is not a classically built castle. Doesn't open into a courtyard, but rather opens into a large central meeting area with staircases going both up and down. There's even a single metal spiral staircase literally standing just right there in the middle of the room. So it's like ways to go up and down are obvious, but it doesn't look like it's an area for well, it looks like it might have been used for meetings and such, because it's rather expansive, but all of the ways out are staircases, and that one spiral staircase is the smallest of them. The rest of them are more impressive. Wide staircases leading downward and blocky looking steps leading up.
Okay.
But the
I
portcullis
wonder if there's 2 races that lived here.
the second portcullis is still down.
I'll lift this one.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
That's 27.
Yeah, you barely even touch this one, and it just crumbles to dust. You can use your elbow to knock the stuff out to give yourself enough room to pass through, because it's decrepit enough that it was only holding its position because the water pressure was holding it in place. Once you touch it, it just kind of crumbles into dust.
Nice. I enter the next space.
Okay, so as I said, we're in this area where there are 3 different staircases leading up. A broad, wide one that goes off to the right-hand side, a smaller, blocky, square one going out the opposite side of the building from where you are, and then the spiral metal staircase between the two, standing off just to the right of the side. Be maybe 15 to 30 beings of humanoid size. They are long since decayed to the point of just being skeletal remains, really. what little pieces and drips of cloth of the type in those days must have been some form of scale, because there's piles of scaly bits of armor.
Hmm. Looks like they defended this place from something to the very end.
Yeah, looks like it.
Mary?
About this time, Gurgi's gotten enough bravery to come to the entrance behind Umra, and as he's looking in the archway and sniffing, he goes, "Safe is it? Have they stopped the arrows?"
When was the last time, Gurgi?
When I was king.
When you were king?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty ambiguous.
He points
you
up
give
at the creepy image directly over the doorway, and you realize there is somewhat of a resemblance between his face with his big flappy ears and the face looking down over the entrance. It's not direct. It's not a one-to-one, so it may be fictional on his part. But
What are you people called?
I'm Gurgi.
I'm human.
I'm Gurgi.
Nice one.
Okay. Do you see Cord here? I told you about Cord. Well,
Yes.
his race is Goliath.
Goliath, yes, I know.
Goliath. And Umara is human also.
Yes.
So what race are you?
What is Gurki?
Gurgi is Urgluk. Looks very proud of himself.
Urgla.
Mhm.
Gurgi.
Look,
What do we know about Urgluk?
they're not Grolem. That's what I know.
True, they're not Grolem, because Grolem look like hyenas.
I thought he might be because he was laughing.
That's true.
Not everything that laughs is a hyena, Cord.
Yes. And sometimes sometimes Urgluk laugh when giants walk onto water and then fall in.
I would too.
Oh, forgive me, but I've never seen a hyena laugh at that. It's a very serious matter. I think, Gurgi, you're Urgluk.
Yes.
What exactly are they that were shooting arrows at you?
What were they?
Yes.
Those nasty men's.
Mortals.
Yes. The painted ones.
Oh. Oh. Why were they using arrows?
I guess that's what they had ammo for. I don't know.
That makes sense. When were you king? How recently?
He looks around. Before the sun rose,
How many times?
every day, I was king.
No.
I'm going to continue on into the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the
Same.
spiral staircase upwards.
Okay. So you approach the metal staircase. It also suffers from the really rusted and decrepit condition of other metals.
Ooh.
Fine, I'll hold it. You guys go up.
I'm probably the lightest one, but I still don't think it's safe.
Well,
And I don't have anything that would soften a fall.
I could make myself slate.
Yep. You could.
I'll grab it and hold it.
Okay. You're holding to the spiral staircase.
Are you sure, Mary? I mean, Umara?
Yeah, I can try.
I
And
mean, I weigh less than you do. By a considerable. So you're going to make yourself small.
I wild shape into the mouse that was eons ago tossed into the ether of second iteration. And I scurry along.
Okay. So you're changing form and crawling up the metal staircase. It takes a bit of a leap, so you're going to have to make a dex save to jump from one step
That
to the
or
other.
you have to do it from handle to handle. You know, if it has handrails, run up the handrails.
There is that. You could do that.
I'd actually like to go handrails.
Okay. So the crusty nature of the decay is such that it's pretty easy to grab purchase with your little tiny paws as you go crawling up there.
Kind of bounce a little bit to kind of see how sturdy it is.
Okay. What size does it make it? Does it make you actually tiny?
Yeah, it actually changes my physique.
Right. So you're now a rodent? Is that what you said?
Yeah, rodent, the little mouse.
Okay. So as you become the little mouse, you hear something kind of terrifying to you as a mouse form. You hear the guttural sound of Gurgi growling and licking his chops. And he kind of bounds forward and goes, "Didn't know you brought foodses."
No, Gurgi, stop. Heal.
I put my hands out.
Your little tiny paws.
No. She uses command.
Okay, command's a one-word statement.
Stop.
Okay, Gurgi stops. Licks his chops. Looks
I
hungrily at the stairs.
I go up the stairs as fast as I can, and
Okay,
once
so
I'm at,
you're scurrying up and you climb up onto the landing up above. When you do, you're in a round room with the actual stones around the entrance are marked with all kinds of weird runes. Almost like a mystic circle.
I'm not gonna step in, but I'm gonna shape back, and I'm gonna look at Gurgi.
Okay, you're shape-shifting back on the metal stairs then.
No,
On
just
the landing.
on the landing.
There is no landing other than into the circle.
Ah,
Because
jeez.
the circle is the circumscribed space around the spiral staircase.
I
You're
try
actually
to
literally
come.
coming up into the center of the circle, of the square, so to speak. And the staircase is protected by the
All right, as a mouse, I take that step.
You walk in. Oh, okay.
So you
While I'm down there.
crawl out onto the landing inside the circle.
Yeah,
Okie dokie. Go ahead and make a wisdom save.
of course. And I keep my wisdom stats,
Mm-hmm.
which ain't half bad. Wisdom save. That's not too bad. 10. I'm gonna no. I'm gonna name tag that.
Okay, so just put a question mark after your name on the.
Okay, so 15. That's a little better.
That's a lot better. Okay. You hear a crack of thunder. And as you do, the metal staircase in the flash of lightning. Now, notice this. You hear the crack of thunder before you see the flash of lightning. And in the flash of lightning, the staircase solidifies into a beautiful silver staircase. And then goes back to the hideous form that it's currently in.
Okay.
But notice you heard the crack of thunder first.
So I heard the crack of thunder, I saw the image, and then I went back to
Right. So it's a flash,
dormant.
right. But the crack of thunder followed by a flash of lightning, and in the lightning you saw the staircase looking beautiful and silver, and then it fades out almost immediately back to its ugly.
Okay, is there any way I can
Did we see
deface
it turn
this?
silver?
No, but you did hear the crack. You did hear the crack of thunder from
Umara,
above.
Umara, are you okay?
I give a thumbs up.
So her arm sticks back through the hole.
Okay.
I'm gonna is there any way to deface the circle?
Well, you can step out of it because you landed on it. You can step out of it.
Yeah, but the point is that I want to get into it so that way I don't have to be on the stairway.
No, yeah, okay. But if the stairs are circumscribed with the stones, with the letters of the runes inside.
Okay, so the
So
runes
you're-
are on there.
The staircase itself is the circle.
Got it.
So if you step out of the,
Poke my head out.
okay,
Gurgi,
to do that, you have to reach. You have to lean back over the circle.
Lean over the circle.
Yes. Put out over that space to look down.
Is there any way to deface it? Any of the runes?
Oh, you could go at it with a hammer and chisel. If you've got
Yeah, I'll
that
go
in
ahead
your
and
gear.
do that.
So you
Yeah, I
pull-
should have one
So you're-
easily.
so
I
you-
have patents.
So you're starting to dig through your bag. So you shut down. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. And you look. I mean, you look down. You see everything's fine, and then you're reaching for your gear. You haven't
Yeah,
you haven't told them
just
what you've seen yet. You just said, okay, I'm up here. That's all. They can hear you
the,
rummaging around up there.
don't go yet.
Gurgi says, "Can I has mouse?
I
No.
am the mouse.
I cannot has mouse."
No.
No.
Gergie, no, it is not a real mouse.
Not a real mouse. It smelled like mouse. Leaves little
Yeah.
footprints like mouse. I even think I saw it poop.
I did not poop.
It's Umara.
I'm pretty sure it pooped.
Umara does not poop like rat.
Okay, you say
Only
so.
on people I don't like.
What do you like to eat besides mice?
Rats, rabbits, chickens, rutabagas, other small furry animals.
So don't go into furry animal farm. Got it.
Okay,
Birds,
she digs in her bag and brings
chickens.
out an apple.
What's,
Would you like this?
What is that?
I think he's a
Oh,
carnivore.
it's an apple.
What does it feed on?
It's not an animal. It's something to eat called fruit.
Mary,
No, that's what food eats.
Mary,
Why are you
you're a
giving
cleric
me
of
the
life.
food that my food eats?
Exactly.
are you aware of the food chain, Mary?
It's a carnivorous animal.
Got a mouthful of
gonna-
sharp. Got a mouthful of sharp teeth.
He said rutabaga. Rutabaga is a root plant.
No, rutabaga is a rodent. Weighs about 40 pounds.
I'm gonna eat the apple out of Mary's hand.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
He goes, oh, so cord is food.
Yes, I am food.
You would probably blunt your teeth on him.
Need to find my knives.
Knives.
No, we do not stab friends.
No, just fillet them.
No.
A good
We
friend,
do
a
not-
good friend you don't eat all at once.
God.
Hey,
I ever tell you about Lucky? The three-legged
Gurgi?
pig. The three-legged pig.
Gurgi.
Yeah.
Do you know what we feed your kind when we have you over as a guest?
You have us as guests.
Yeah, you don't know we
Why?
feed you.
Why?
We feed you a good old helping portion of fist. That's what we feed you. Now, be quiet.
Equally good if it's sautéed or flambéed.
Umara,
You can eat
Clink,
about this time.
clink, clink,
Yeah,
clink.
about this time you hear pound, pieces of dust and chalk falling down from above.
what's
Not
going on
yet.
up there? Are you engraving your name?
Yes, maybe.
Umara was here. The fall will kill you, Cord. What is that, about 60 or 70 feet up there?
Well, if he made it that far, but it's crinkly and
Yeah, you put your foot on the first step and it kind of goes.
it'll go. It'll actually give. You'll actually see it curve the entire. It actually puts pressure on the arm rails and brings them in just a little bit.
Stairs.
There's nothing delicate about you, Cord.
His
His
fragile ego, maybe.
That's
mean-
debatable.
He did get arm wrestled to failure by a girl. So
I mean,
That's
there's
fair.
there's only so many times you guys can bring that up before it has absolutely no effect on me whatsoever.
Good, but it's
I
still
actually think
having.
we crossed that threshold.
but we all totally enjoy the laughter that it elicits, though.
Um,
Um
I'm from Umbridge.
Amara.
Urglix.
all right.
Anyway, yeah, the Urgluk starts looking. Oh, he will go over and look through what's left of the armor and like pulls on like an armlet and puts a. It looks kind of gross as he's got all his decayed armor bits on.
Probably also like some detritus of whatever was wearing it too.
Well, no, because it died so long ago and has been underwater for a really long time, so most of that kind of stuff is washed away. But yeah, there's bits and pieces where the cloth is still there or whatever. So
I'm actually gonna go away from the spiral staircase and go to the wide passage.
Okay. Wide staircase leading up.
Mhm.
Okay, it's slightly sloping to the left as it climbs, and on each step there are words inscribed.
Can I read them?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check, DC 12.
Okay. All right. That's 4.
Yeah, can't make it out at all.
All right. Then in that case, I'm gonna step over them and go up the stairs.
Well, each step is on the front of the step, so you would be stepping on top of one of them each time you take a step.
I'll step on the letters.
Well, the lettering is on
No,
the
no,
front
it's
edge.
on the rising is the
Yes.
like the wall of the step, and then the step is the top of it.
Right.
So it's like on the part that rises up and makes the next higher step.
Oh,
Right.
That's called a rising.
gotcha. Okay. I'll ascend.
Okay. So there are okay. So as you attain that very first step from the ground floor up, the stair beneath your foot, the one that you're stepping on, step says Delta.
Next step.
From yellow, it goes to orange, and as it lands on that step, it says Exodor.
Delta Exodor.
Orange. Or no, yellow is Delta.
Yellow is first.
Next step.
Glows
And the next step.
from red, it goes to
Purple.
actually indigo, a deep bluish purple, and says Doot Fletcher Ling Ling.
Doot.
Thing.
Oops. And the next. And the next.
The next would be from blue to green, and says trying to remember who it was. Just a second. Wes the Inquisitive.
All right.
Above that, it's black, and it says Klondike Stormfist.
That's a good name. Good dwarven type name.
It is. And this is Beorn. Beolin. Bioyln. Beolin or Beolin.
Bjorn. This is a
And the
war dogs.
And the top and the topmost step is white.
No, black.
Already had black.
Oh, black, gray, white. Okay.
And the very top one says Long Fang Underwood.
All right.
I just met. No, I was under a hill. Okay. I'm not there. So,
But
They
he's the top. That's the top. That's the top
but
step of the
you
10-step
you
landing.
did you give blue? I heard indigo, but I don't remember blue.
yeah, I got blue.
Okay.
Velaram.
Zolarum. Okay.
Um, so this is obviously a Dogs of War keep or something like that.
It's a Dogs of War era facility, definitely. But
So
it's
it's not Gurgi's. It never was Gurgi's.
Gurgi. Anyway, as you ascended the steps, Gurgi is over at the metal staircase, looking longingly up, and he has produced two crude-looking knives, and he's running the blades together. I say crude because literally they're made out of metal. There is no handle per se on them. It's just the tang has been. He's holding onto the tangs of the blades, and he's dragging the blades across each other like he's sharpening them.
I want to intervene, Miri.
Okay, well you're at the top of the stairs now, so you're gonna have a hard time interfering with what Gurgi's doing.
But I do.
Yeah. So as you're standing there watching him climb the stairs and watching the words appear, Gurgi has now put his feet on the bottom step and is trying to climb.
No.
Over. What do you mean no?
No. You stay down here.
Umar is breaking things. I have to protect the place. She can't be breaking things.
Well, you're gonna break my friends.
I'm not going to break your friends. I'm just going to eat the mouse.
I am the mouse.
No, that's silly. You're not the mouse. You're the big warrior lady.
You'll do what?
I didn't say I'll do anything. I said she's not the mouse. She's the big warrior lady.
You saw me transform just then.
I didn't. I saw you, and then I saw a mouse, and I'm hungry for mouse.
Okay.
How do you know what runes are?
Umara.
I don't know.
We're
I don't know about
dealing
the
with a
runes at all.
primitive
I can hear you hammering away up
intelligence.
there. I can hear you hammering away up there. So all you can be doing away on the floor of my keep.
It's not yours.
That's why we can't have nice things, because people break them.
Uh-huh.
Who's we?
Urgluk, of course. But this is a castle that is mine. I claimed it for my people. Because it's got my face
Where
on the
are
outside.
people?
I don't know. You want me to call him? I can try calling him. He walks over to the bottom.
Not
the
right
staircase
now.
Down, pulls in a big lung of air, and then you say, "Not right now." And he goes, "You sure?" Because I'm pretty sure I could get people coming.
Well, I know you can if you're their king, but not right now. While we investigate this, don't you want to be in your proper place when you call them?
I suppose. He sits down on the bottom rung of the staircase
You
down.
suppose correctly.
Starts picking at the waistline, pulling off knits and chewing them.
His waistline?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whoopee.
What's in the room that I went up into?
Well, you're up on a landing, and here you see pairs of statues in various forms of armor. You can see that the rows of statues go upon which are 6 thrones sitting in a hemisphere facing you.
They're empty thrones, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk towards the dais. Before I do it, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to go look at this throne room thing. Back down to Miri. And then I'm going to go touch the throne.
One of the thrones?
Yes.
Okay,
Iggy, tell me about your people.
my people, we are as numerous as the sands of the earth. We live in every environment on the planet. We rule where we can, take what we want, and give nothing back.
Doesn't sound very productive.
That sounds very productive.
And how come if you can take what you want, that people kick you out of every place?
They don't understand the value of good leadership.
They don't.
No, they don't.
And what is good leadership? Tell me how you would rule your people.
How would I rule my people? As I always do, with a fist of iron and claws of steel and an angry glare. Watch. Wasn't that impressive?
Must are your people all your size?
Oh no, no. We start out small, but we get monstrous over time. I'm 4 years old.
Oh,
In sight, the literal son of a bitch.
Sure.
yeah, same thing.
Clank, clank, clank.
Yeah, you finally finish obliterating the circle up above. As you do, there's a wrenching, sickly metallic sound, and the spiral staircase collapses, falling into a pile of ruined metal and sharp, pointy bits. Near where Miri is standing, but safely distant enough that she didn't get harmed by it falling.
Whoops!
Sorry.
Do we have a rope with us?
Well, more importantly, when you guys look up,
Oh, I have a rope.
when you look up, there is no circle of there's no circle, no place for the stairs to have been.
Wow.
LeMayo.
It seems to have totally obliterated where the stairs were. It means it's solid?
Yep, looks like solid stone. Doesn't look like there was ever anything attached up there. When you finish knocking the last letter free, you see the staircase vanish, but you also see stone fill in the gap, like it's looks like sand being poured from above, and it fills the space relatively quickly and solidifies. You look around quickly, realizing that you hadn't done a full recon of the room before you started chopping away, and there doesn't appear to be another door out of this room. There is a small window in the side, however, about 8 feet up on the wall,
Hmm.
about the size of a letter opening.
Okay.
A bird will do.
Ooh. Well, I can't fly yet.
No, but you could fall with style,
Mm-hmm. No.
and even on your tippy toes, you can't quite get a line on looking through the window, but you
So
can.
it's
But you can
so-
see the sky outside.
story of my life. That made it look like there was a thing, but there isn't.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking down to Mary.
There's no down to talk to Mary through. There's no hole in the floor. The ruins are destroyed. You can see where there used to be a circle, but there's nothing in the center of the circle.
Maybe you can hack up the stones that just formed.
So there's like a wall in front of me.
No, there's a floor.
You're in a circular room,
Yes.
roughly 25 feet across.
Yes.
In the center is a circle about 10.5 feet across, which was the place where the spiral staircase came through.
Oh.
There are no doors.
Yes.
There's only the one window on the west side of the building, about 8 feet up and about 4 inches tall.
I'll make a door.
How are you going to start making a door?
Mullet.
Shaped stone?
mauling the side. You're using the maul on the side of the wall, or trying to bust through where you just.
I want to look for a soft spot. There's always a like a good like for like support and structure. Like there's always a weak point. Like no matter like how well built it is.
Hmm.
Something where there isn't strong support, so it's just a wall by itself.
You can't find any place of any seams, and the structure of the stone looks like it was built at the same time, and literally it's stone interlaced with stone in a circular pattern. There does not appear to be any weak spot, any place that there was ever actually intended to be a door at all.
I'm gonna have to break it.
Yep. So you're gonna go through the wall, or you're gonna try to go through the floor, or technically you want to try strike upwards at the ceiling.
Go for the ceiling.
Okay.
All right. Is that in athletics?
Well, I'm going to come back to you on that because you're starting.
Okay.
It's going to take you a while to get through going upward, but that's what.
Sure.
So, meanwhile, you guys can't see where Umara vanished to anymore, and the metal pilings at the bottom of the staircase are just now the dust is starting to settle, and Gurgi looks up at you, Miri, and says, Can you bring back the Umara? Cause I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare her. I just was hungry.
Oh, she looks for meat in her trail rations. I know she has some jerky.
Okay, he'll look at it with disdain, wrinkle his nose up at it, and take off a bite of it after smelling it. And he's clearly not enjoying it. He's kind of got a not quite a turn up his nose attitude towards it, but it's clear that it's not his idea of a good meal. Yang, 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 yang.
You understand it's trail food. It lasts.
Yeah, it tastes like the trail itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to
Drag
be
it,
well.
drag it behind you for several days and let the meat dry out. Great plan.
We let the sun dry it out.
Yeah. Waste of all that good juiciness.
Yes, but that's what spoils the meat.
Who eats meat when it's spoiled? When it goes bad, you feed it to the dogs and then move on. Get more. You can always get more meat.
Okay, I want to make an insight roll.
Sure. What is it you're expecting to find or hoping to find?
How much is truth and how much is just fabrication?
No, he's sincere about eating meat.
Yeah. He's a meat eater. And
Yeah.
take what they want and give nothing in return.
Right. That's the Urglic way. So, Cord, you're at the top of the staircase. You went over to touch one of the thrones. The thrones, they're arranged in a circle, a hemisphere. There are 7 of them. There are.
Arranged in a hemisphere?
Yeah, in a half circle.
Half circle.
Half circle.
Circumscribed around the central place. In the central place on the floor is a circle on the ground marked with an emblem that has basically been identified in other places as the emblem of Nycos. It's basically a stylized N. If you look at the map of New Nycos, that symbol up in the upper left corner, the compass rose.
It's a pretty picture, Umara.
Thank you.
I'm going to walk up and touch the closest throne.
Okay, the closest one, left or right?
Left.
Okay. It's the smallest of them. And it is ornamented with all kinds of polyhedral shapes. 6s, 12s, 20s, even a couple of 100s and such like. So it literally looks like a throne made out of a pile of dice.
I feel there's a joke at play here, but I can't comprehend it. What about the throne directly to the right of it?
So then the next one in on that side would be a fur-covered affair. It looks like the furs are probably mastodon or mammoth. They're really old and long and furry. And despite its incredible age, the fur seems to be sort of intact. The seat portion where you would actually sit, though, is greasy. Like whoever sat in the chair probably never bathed.
Fantastic.
And the throne to the right of that.
The next one over, which is the penultimate one towards the center, is a finely wrought wooden structure. Looks almost like it's formed of natural living plant life, and so it's very sturdy, very strugged, very rugged, and doesn't look like any blades were used in the creation of it. As a matter of fact, the seat itself,
Some wood.
and some wouldn't. So
No, some wood is the elves are supposed to be
yes, but
in some stories. They sing the wood into shape that's living wood.
right.
And
So
then they will slowly withdraw it from the tree that was its parent without hurting the parent tree.
right. So the seat in this case is looks like piles and piles of debris, leaves, acorns, twigs, that kind of thing. But it looks like it might be pretty springy and comfortable to sit in.
Nice. And the center throne.
The center throne is a blocky wooden structure, clearly hewn from what looks like it might have been one piece of wood. It's been carved in such a way that the curves and the natural shape of the wood was taken into account, but the meticulous design of it looks like it might have been made by some form of engineer. It seems to be at an impossible angle, though, because it sits you way low and back, kind of like an Adirondack, so that when you're sitting in it, you're almost looking straight into the sky. And the seat covering area is covered with a, looks like a leopard skin.
If it still is a leopard skin, then there must be some magic to it.
All of these look like they have some form of magic protecting them.
Okay.
And the throne
this-
to the right.
Then the next one over is it's metal. It's not been it was looks like it was made into sheets of metal, cut and formed into shapes, none of which have been smoothed or sanded. So it looks like if you sat in it, you might actually cut yourself with the sharp edges and such.
The penultimate.
There should be two from the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one is in this case is it looks like somebody's pile of old laundry. I mean, it's stacked high and piled, and you can see discrete pieces of clothing in amongst it, but it looks like just a pile of cloth.
Monk, where?
Literally, it looks like like somebody didn't do their laundry forever. But it looks like it'd be really comfortable because of the amount of padding that this cloth represents.
Disgusting.
Oh,
and the
it
final
does,
one?
Oh, and it does. That one does have a definite corn chip and body odor aroma to it.
Oh.
Nice. And the final throne.
Smells like home.
So this is number 7, right?
Yes.
Yes. So this one, rattle off the names that I gave you because I can't remember whose throne it is. I got to remember who else is already here. So just rattle off the names. the people's names.
Delta, Exodor, Fergus, Dutch Fletcher,
Dude Fletcher Lingling.
Ling, Velaram, West the Inquisitive.
Ah, okay, you got it. This one looks like it's a bowback chair, and it looks like it's made out of musical instruments. The back is this huge, like, inverted lyre with the strings for the backing. Laid against that is a blanket that is shaped in the forms of all kinds of tiny musical instruments, almost like a paisley, but the paisley are different lutes and things like that. The arms to the chair look like two stand-up harps, and below the front edge looks like the pipes of a pipe organ.
Someone must have been playing a game of tones.
Nice. You get a BP for that one.
I'm gonna check behind the thrones.
Oh, well done. So as you circle around them, I'll come back to you in just a second because that was quite a bit of description to go through. Omra, you've now pounded through the top of the ceiling, and part of the stonework above you falls through, and you see that the shaft of the tower apparently continues upward. You can see the glint of light from a secondary tiny window about 10 feet above the one that you already can see light coming through.
Do I see any of my party members?
No.
Lovely. I'll go up that shaft. Is it big enough or small? Big enough for me?
Yeah, you pounded enough through that you can actually lift yourself up and through. Sure.
All right. Hoist through.
As you do, there's also no doorways out of this area, and also it looks like the stone was constructed consistently, not to give off a place for a door or anything.
This time I'm gonna pound through the floor.
Well, you're already one story up, so if you pound through the floor, you're going back.
Then I'll go.
Main room, at the top of the stairs.
My total on the insight was okay. I rolled an 11. I have plus 13, 24.
And this was insight into Gurgi's statements.
Gurgi, yeah.
Gurgi seems to be internally consistent. He's talking about being a leader, and that he's. It's almost like he's suggesting that he might be a king of the Urgluk that has not yet ascended to his throne or whatever, and like he's looking for where his people are. So the words he's saying.
Gurgi, could you show me how big your adults are in your group of people?
Adults? You mean grups? I can show you how big grups are.
Yeah, right.
So he looks around, can't really climb on top of the broken pieces of metal. He goes over to the staircase and climbs up to the red one and puts his hand up above his head. That means, if you count that from the floor, he's talking about the adults being almost 9 feet tall.
Thank you for that information. Was your father a chief before you?
Well, he couldn't be a chief after me, because if I was chief, I'd kill him.
But he's chief right now.
Of course he can't be chief now. He's dead.
He's dead. I'm sorry about that.
You didn't kill him.
No, it's true.
Well, he finished his first circle. That was when he got all the information. So he's just now starting his second circle, going around behind the thrones.
When you finish up there, I'd like to talk to you.
Okay.
Gurgi says, can
Nobody would be alive now.
Why do you say that?
Because this place has been destroyed for a long period of time.
I don't know. Magic still works. The door went away.
Yeah, it certainly did. That was kind of surprising.
Come on, let's go check
But
it out.
I'll tell you what. No, I'll tell you, we'll wait for everybody to gather back together. Umara is bound to
Yeah, they
find
waited
a way
for
out.
you. That's the way
Oh
these
no,
things
I
go.
waited with you.
You only waited with
I
me because you didn't want to go. You didn't want me breaking things.
well, no, you were worried about Umara breaking things. I wasn't worried about you
Yeah, well,
breaking
she did
things.
break something because now the stairs isn't there no more.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 2/3 of the way there, but
Exactly. Okay, so you're finished. You're going your circle around behind the thrones, and behind the number 3 from this direction and number 5 thrones are what look to be trapdoors. Clearly wooden panels in the floor with metal spikes through the little padlock like devices that hold them closed.
all right, I'm gonna bend down and try and open the one beneath the metal abstract throne,
The
or
metal
the third one.
the metal abstract, that'd be the 5th one, right? Metal abstract.
I started from the right this time.
Oh, you went
Um,
backwards. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
um, yeah, the metal abstract one. I'm gonna try and open the
Yeah, you just push the
trapdoor.
little metal pin out and can open it immediately. As you open it up, you're looking down into a space that's not much wider than the doorway, maybe 6 foot by 6 foot. Standing in the middle of the space is what looks like an oaken barrel. The top of the barrel, however, is different from a barrel in that it is uh, convex and seems to be made out of metal.
Hmm.
There appear to be handles, pairs of handles, 3 different places, so a total of 6 handles around the top of the lid to be able to lift the barrel out of its current positioning.
All right. Well, I'll reach down and grab the barrel.
Alrighty, strength check.
Okay.
DC 19.
All right. That is an 18.
All right, so you lift the thing up, and as you pull it out, it's actually concave around the outside as well, so it's wider in the middle than it is at the top or the bottom, just like a barrel would, I suppose. But you notice that there are 4 metal bands, 2 near the top and 2 near the bottom as you bring it out. The wood of it feels oddly cold to the touch, though, as if it might be something other than wood, because it's not that usual warming, dampering effect that wood seems to have in regular climates.
Hmm.
The object sits down actually on 3 broad feet, maybe 20 inches apart underneath the bottom of the thing.
Um, I'm gonna like. Can I? Is there any way I could open the barrel?
Well, just like anything else, when you pull it out of the container, when you look back into the container, there's a looks like a 4.5-inch rod laying on the floor, right in the center, underneath where the thing was sitting.
All right. Well, I guess I'll get that too and see if it's a key or something.
Okay, well, when you pull it out, it's odd. It has 2 rows of 4 raised nubs, if you will, on one facing. So if you're looking at it, it's got 2, 2, 2, and 2. 8 buttons down the front of this little wooden block.
All right. It's made out of metal.
The block seems to be made out of wood because it feels like wood should as far as the warmth is concerned. But you see no grain, and the coloration of it looks like basalt or other stone. But it's not heavy enough for stone, and it feels, like I said, warm to the touch. Like not warm, but
Neutral.
neutral, like a piece of
All right.
wood.
I'm gonna try and press the extreme top left button.
As you do, there's a hissing sound, and the top of the barrel turns a full quarter turn and lifts up about 2 inches. Around the outside of the edge, therefore, shining in the darkness, are little red lights, maybe 15 inches apart, all the way around the outside. So there's like 9 of these lights.
I'll press the button again. The same button.
Yeah, when you press the same button again, it rotates the quarter turn and the lights go out.
I'm gonna set that down and go for the second trapdoor.
Okay. So walking around to the other trapdoor, it's also closed with a metal hasp through it.
I will try and open it.
Okay, again, it's going to be a DC 12 to open.
Strength check?
Sure.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I gotta.
Okay. This door opens, and inside you see what looks to be a 7-sided cylinder, maybe 10 feet tall, standing in the center of the room. Just like the other room, it looks like it's just barely big enough to accommodate whatever's inside. And the object looks like it's made out of some kind of waxy material, and there seems to be a dark object floating inside of the central body of this thing.
All right.
It reminds you of those. As a matter of fact, it's exactly like those containment chamber.
And is it? So it is occupied.
It appears so to be, yes.
Well, I'm not gonna touch that at all. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna move it to see if there's anything underneath it.
Which way did you move it?
I'll just tip it over to the, let's say, to the right.
All right. Well, it won't tip all the way over because it's inside of the space. You'd have to lift it up and out to be able to lay it down.
All right. I'll lift it up and out.
Okay, strength check. This is going to be a specialized one. You have to get above a 12, but you don't want to get above an 18.
All right. 5 plus 11 is 16.
Okay. You feel it slip a couple of times, but you are able to lift it out. It also is the temperature of natural materials. Feels kind of waxy, like it's made out of like beeswax or something or other.
I'll stare back down into to see if there's anything beneath it.
Yeah. As you pull this one out, another one rises up out of the space underneath it. Fills the same space.
There.
All right. I will set down the one I have and go back to find Mary.
Okay, so you go back and lay it down. Okay, so you can
Yeah.
go back to the top of the stairs. Meanwhile, Umara, you smash and you dug a hole almost 4 feet deep, and you still got dirt. You don't see anything below it.
Right. Okay. Then I'm just gonna go straight through the wall.
Oh, be a cockroach.
Oh,
Cockroaches can climb up a wall.
it's true.
They are great climbers up walls. One of those big cockroaches, the ones that are about 60 inches long or 3 inches wide.
First, I'm gonna shudder, and then I'm gonna go into that.
That or a millipede or anything else that can climb like crazy.
Yeah, just anything that can creepy crawly anywhere.
Okay, so you start crawling the interior wall. You get up to the little window. As you get up to the little window, you can see out into the courtyard. You realize that you must be about 10 stories up on that one of those central towers inside of the palace.
And spatial awareness, how far away would that be from
The
everybody?
entry? Oh,
Yeah.
You're more than a.
It looked like the spiral staircase was going straight up.
It did just go straight up 1 story.
Truly magical.
Fantastic.
Jump.
While you're standing in the staircase, as you hear a sound that chills your bones because you're not bones, you're a carapace, as you hear the shriek of a seagull.
I go back into whatever
Back
mayhem I was, and
back into the room.
yeah.
Okay.
The seagull. Is this place on the ocean?
Gulls live everywhere. So yeah, you go back up inside, and there's a shriek of a bird that goes flying by.
And
It's
I
eyeing
nope.
you for dinner.
I nope that.
You can hear it thump against the wall a couple of times, trying to figure out how to land on that space, but he can't. So
Yeah, I press for. I try to find an. So there's no. Okay, so there's no way through in 10 feet or
well,
on
you
10
know
floor.
that now if you blow out the wall, you're going to be basically 100 feet up from the ground.
Should have turned into something massive like a mammoth.
I mean, cockroaches can fly, or at least glide.
I cannot fly yet.
They glide. They spread their
Yeah.
They're
they
Exactly.
all.
spread their carapace. They have like a beetle like.
They also have
I am
they have
a
an
level
external.
3 druid. I cannot fly yet.
No, but the point is that a roach and that kind of creature is so small that it reaches terminal velocity before it reaches critical velocity. So even if you fell all the way to the ground, you're going to fall with a force that won't hurt you.
Oh.
Because actually the wind itself holds you up. You are so small and so lightweight that
Yeah, you
that
won't fall straight. You'll drift with the wind. But what I'm getting at, though, is that the amount of velocity you gain by what your mass is isn't sufficient to overcome critical pressures necessary to break the shell of an insect. That's why bugs can fly at walls and then bounce off.
But there's a seagull.
There is a seagull.
Why is there always a seagull?
Because my name is Jonathan. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
Jump.
I'm
Do
gonna try.
it.
All right. I'm gonna jump.
Okay. As you're fluttering down frantically, trying to keep your balance enough to know where you're going head over heels on your way down, and then there's this horrifying sight in your rearview mirror, so to speak, as you tumble.
Sure.
And yeah, exactly. You try to turn your body to get less drag. Doesn't matter. The seagull's still catching up with you, and just as you get within about 4 feet of the ground, you feel a horribly wet, sticky substance hit you from the side, and all of a sudden you're in darkness.
Oh, lovely.
Few seconds later, Elizabeth spits you out on the ground. See, I have a reason for being here.
not Elizabeth. You're talking about Gergie?
No.
Elizabeth. You never got rid of Elizabeth. She followed you.
Was a bait.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Huh.
She's a frog. Remember?
Yes, frog person.
Good frog.
Nice.
Am I still Roach or?
Yeah. So she's standing over you. The seagull flies back around, and she bats at it for a couple of seconds. Says, "Come on, change back. Come on, come on."
Okay, I grab the seagull.
Well, as you foof back, the seagull will fly off in terror. You're a lot bigger than a beetle.
Damn.
He was
was
looking
gonna
for
look
dinner,
it in
not
the-
looking to be eaten.
I was gonna look at it and I was gonna eat it for dinner.
She gives the seagull an ardent stare. The seagull circles ever skyward, screaming at her as he climbs.
So wait, is
Boiled again.
so
Listen.
Elizabeth is a frog person?
She
Yeah.
has been ever since you found her.
Yeah. Okay.
She's a grung.
Oh, okay, that's why.
It's funny. The rest of the party is trying to fight a Dracolich or something like that, and Umar is
Making
having a contest with seagulls.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Ha ha.
Ha ha. Okay, so you call Miri up and let her know what you got up there.
Mary. I got a Yarlum nest.
Oh no.
Please help.
Okay, let's go. He goes. Come with me, Gergie.
I get to go upstairs. Yay.
I'm gonna start playing with the remote again.
Okay, while you go back to playing with the remote, you can hear Gurgi going, "Step on the crack and just stop and break your back." And he's leaping from step to step, laughing maniacally as the different colors go off.
I think we have a bigger problem, Cord, than what you found.
Oh, what is that?
Gergie is 4 years old.
Ha 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 ha.
He
That's
gave me an
adorable.
indication of the, what did you call them, Gergie?
Right.
The
Grups.
the
Grups.
big
The grups.
grups,
Yeah.
the grown-ups,
Grups.
grown-ups. They're close to 9 feet tall.
That's still smaller than me.
Yeah, a little, but numbers count. And apparently
I
they.
can count.
No,
1, 2.
no. Count. You count numbers.
Okay. Gergie, how many people are?
We are many.
What's
Like-
many?
The grains of sand in a beach, Mary.
We are enough for we are many. Can you tell what veil they are?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not the green veil in the nice way. They're green veil because they live.
They're
Hey,
green now because they live.
Gerdster, you aware of this Yarlum nest in your kingdom?
What?
I'm gonna point to the pod.
Oh, you.
Um,
Today we feast.
are they alive?
Who cares? We eat meat.
I do.
I like the jelly. It's really good.
Gergie, are you familiar with what ethics are?
Ethics. Isn't that
Yes.
like the big long-handled hammers?
Well, I did some talking with him. He says his people take and do not give back, and they're
Exactly.
meat eaters. What do
Well,
you
I mean,
take?
he
Anything
called
we
me
want.
food. Mary, he called me food.
Yes, he did.
Hey, Gergie, could you call your friends in here, please?
My friends, I don't know where they are. I was going to go look for them, but she won't let me. She says they're all dead.
Well, but I heard you say you could call for them, right?
Oh, I could. You sure you want
Would
me
you
to do that?
please?
Really?
I don't want them. No, Gergie, I really don't want him to call until we have our group back together. I don't want to add another problem.
Yeah, where the heck did Umara go anyway?
Amara went up
Oh, I
the
saw her.
staircase, then about a one level, and then the staircase.
No, you don't know any of that. That's all what she's done.
Well, yeah, well, then all of a sudden the staircase disappeared, and kind of like stone.
Well, let's go look for her. And I'm gonna pick up the remote and the metal contraption, and I'm gonna.
You can't
Um,
carry both.
The metal contraption is more than 400 pounds.
Well, it's not
hi.
going to go anywhere.
Have a carrying capacity of. Let's see, 1,320 pounds.
Yes, but then there's another thing. How do you fight with that thing in your arms? Carry the device if you want to. Leave this here. It should be fine. Been here a long time.
Okay. I'll leave it.
And don't play with that rod.
There's a Yarlum chamber on its side. The object has floated to the surface, and so you can see what looks to be a different form of the creature you saw before, because this one's thorax is much longer and has brilliant red stripes along the length of the lower
Well,
body.
that one we certainly don't want out.
Maybe there's an infected one.
Its head
No.
is also much larger than the others.
No,
With-
remember what they said about a queen? What does a queen have? Lots of decorations. better brain.
Let's go find Umara.
The bee queen is larger
Okay,
than
so
some
as
of
you
the
go,
others.
as you guys go back and go
Why
back
don't you put
downstairs.
that back down?
I'm leaving it all.
No, the other one, the doorway, that trapdoor is still open, and you can see that there is a second chamber filling the space where this one came from.
Maybe if you put this one on top of it, it'll sink back down.
I will do that.
As you set it down, on top of it, it'll only set down in about the 1.5 feet till it reaches contact with the one below, and you can see the waxy material fusing along the edges, creating a full, in other words, stabilizing the length to now being a 14-foot long object.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's go find Umara.
Yeah. I wish you. Could have discussed this before.
Okay, as the two of you come back together, who should come walking back in the door down below but Elizabeth and Umra?
With
Oh,
like
hello.
Elizabeth, you
let's-
found her.
with seagull
you.
feathers in my hair.
And probably a couple near your mouth.
Yeah.
Probably got frustrated and bit at the damn thing.
Yeah.
Blowing the feathers
I
out.
just
Amara, Gurgi's grubs are about 9 feet tall. They take and do not give back. They're also carnivores.
they also don't know anything about this place.
True.
There were runes. I was breaking at one of the because I thought it was an illusion. When
Oh.
I broke it off, I was 10 feet or 10 floors up.
Well,
And a quarter mile away. Up in the building.
I debriefed them.
So the stairs were magical. Very magical.
At least
Well.
at least that metal staircase that ended with a prison portal. Yep.
all right. Well, there's only one way left to go in this place. And that's
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, since the only way up is apparently closed up. I thought there was a
No,
set
you
of
didn't.
stairs.
You didn't complete searching. Yeah, you just were talking about what you saw in that room. I didn't finish describing.
Yeah.
There's 7 exits out of that room in different directions. They are marked with Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Boy. What do you think we should do?
Start with one.
Agreed. I start walking down the passageway number 1.
Okay, as you approach the passageway, you notice that it looks like a natural cavern. There doesn't seem to be any stonework done to it at all. It just simply looks like the entrance of a cave. You also smell the fungal debris that you would expect to smell inside of a living operational cave.
I lead the way inside.
They drag Gurgi along with us.
Googie doesn't mind. He's getting to find out more stuff. He says, maybe I'll find my friends. You sure you don't want me to call him, though? Because I could call him anytime.
Not yet.
Not yet. But we'll remember that.
Okay, so you head down that little passageway, and eventually it opens out to about a 20-foot wide cavern. There's stalactites and stalagmites, and the temperature is increasing in warmth and humidity because there is a spring. It's kind of reminiscent of the ones that are outside, but of course this is underneath the mountain. It's long pointed ears. It's been laying in the water for quite some time, so it's bloated and gross, and long fingernails and straggly hair suggests it's been under here for quite some time.
Well, there's one way we could. Oh, I don't have enough diamonds. I don't have a diamond where I
Well,
could do that.
Go over and poke it with my.
Damn, I wish I had the Alacaster.
Yeah, Mr. Algram. Anyway, I'm gonna go over and poke it with the head of my maul.
Okay, just the slightest touch on it bursts its very corrupted flesh, and so hundreds of flies pour out of inside of its corpse, and there's an entire what's the word I'm looking for? Swarm that just covers its body and rises up and comes into contact with Cord. Cord, go ahead and make a dex save against the bites.
It's a save. Okay.
It's a DC 13.
It's an 8.
Yes. So you're getting stung and bitten by these things, and it's a sharp and enduring pain, and it doesn't deal damage in a standard way. You feel your dexterity dwindle.
Oh no.
D4.
I pull out gust of wind as a
4.
Okay.
I would
so,
also like to cast Gust.
yeah, between the two of you, you're able to blow them to smithereens, but not before he's taken 4 points of temporary dex damage.
Oof.
use lesser restoration and try to give him points back.
Don't think that's how that works. I think it's got to take greater to get that back.
Yeah, I think it's a greater restoration.
Lesser gives you back hit points and fatigue, but doesn't give you back.
Oh, it used to. It used to give you back for temporary lost points.
Let's go look. I can go look real quick here.
Yeah,
5E.
but that was
Lesser, yeah, lesser is for poisons and diseases.
Well, if it's poisons, it may affect it. So I want to go look.
okay. I think it does a D4.
Actually, it affects one disease or one condition. The condition can be blinding, deafening, paralysis, or poison, so it does not have an effect on it.
Okay, then I won't use it.
Yeah, it's the next level up.
Oh.
It would take care of the poison though, that's affecting him.
No, the issue is that the poison here actually deprives him of dex because it's like a skin condition. It covers an area. You can cure the disease, but the debilitating effects are still there because it causes that part of the body to get infected with little pustules and stuff. So
Nice.
that's why it's hard to move. That's why it reduces your dex because it feels horrible to move. It's like chicken pox, only worse. So they all itch, and you want to scratch them real bad.
Not no more.
Well, anything inside the elven corpse other than the plague.
doesn't appear to be when you go to pushing around on the corpse. Yeah, it lets a few more flies go. You've driven off the hive functionality, but there seems to be something growing inside of its chest. It's kind of a purplish colored something or other, and you can see it almost through its fleshy skin, like it's eating its way through its insides.
Let me handle this and see what I can do.
Okay.
She takes a dagger
Uh-huh.
and just tries to open up the flesh enough to reveal this thing partially.
As you do, the dormant but fully sized violet fungus, also known as a shrieker, goes off. And this thing
Okay.
just emanates this shrill, horrible, unmistakable sound. Of course, I can't keep going as long as it can, but it's going. So, do you wish to attack the fungus, or are you going to try to move away from it?
I'll just move away from
Plug my ears and move away from it.
Okay. So, leaving it in the passageway and backing off, it will eventually, after you're outside of 30 feet and wait for another full turn, it'll eventually stop. So a full minute later. So you back off and it basically takes 3 minutes therefore. So it screams
Do you
for a
have
good 3
anything that
minutes.
will kill that sort of thing?
Omar?
Any way to kill that thing? Mm,
I don't
brute
know. I've never
force.
seen anything like it.
Yeah, just smash it with a hammer.
Yeah, but you know about fungus. If the spores get anywhere, they reproduce.
All right, we'll go to the next room.
You could burn it with fire.
Fire would be good. Wonderful select.
Ooh.
Sacred.
They're
Wait.
also that's a,
So
they're,
these are spore mushrooms.
yeah, they're just mushrooms. But
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
they're carnivorous, so they feed on dying flesh.
go ahead and cast Flame Blade.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. Let me see what Flaming Spear does.
Just rested on it.
I'm gonna go to room number 2 while this is happening.
Oh, back to archway number 2. Okay, archway number 2 is natural looking, but as a matter of fact, its layout seems way too familiar. Like it might be the exact same tunnel, but in this case, every 60 feet or so, there are a pair of colonnades that hold up the roof.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Flaming Sphere on the little guys.
Okay. So you have to
It's
wait. You have to wait about 20-25 minutes, but it'll eventually burn it to non-existence.
Okay. Concentration up to 1 minute, and I can move it.
Yeah, that's all it takes. It'll
25 minutes to burn it?
no, I said up to 5 minutes.
Oh, up to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're not,
I heard 2-5.
I almost heard 25 as well.
yeah, 25 minutes of fire. 25 minutes of fire to burn one shroom. Yeah, that'd be one heck of a shiitake steak, though. Can you imagine?
Oh, God.
Pittsburgh rare.
Again, I'm thinking sushi now. I'm getting hungry.
Hey, Miss Jen. It's not sushi. It's
I know what
Korean
Jen is.
barbecue. Yeah.
What?
That's for the listeners.
Yeah.
What, Kitty? I
No.
don't have any food in here extra for you.
See, the cat heard us talk about sushi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love sushi.
We need to go to a sushi place together and just spend like hundreds
Someplace
of dollars.
that's all you can eat.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise you go broke. They're so good.
Oh, if-
They're so expensive.
Oh yeah. If we're doing that, I'm taking Aaron.
Oh, Aaron's a seafood guy too? Or you're making
Oh
pay?
yeah.
Or are you going to make him pay? That's...
No, we take turns.
I was making a joke.
I know you are.
Because I'm okay with letting Aaron pay. We all can vote. I like
Yeah,
all the
you
weird...
know,
I like the weird
hand
named
roll.
ones. Like, I like the volcano
Dragon roll.
Volcano roll, or the hot... sexy playgirl.
That one I don't know.
I like anything with eel in it that isn't spicy.
Oh, gotta have the spice. Are you kidding? Oh, it's gotta have two little
I love
pepper emblems. But if I'm really depraved, I just go for a couple plates of what's the
sashimi.
no
Sashimi.
the style where they put it on the nigiri. I just go
Oh.
for the nigiri plate because you get
Oh, yeah.
little tiny bits of rice and a whole lot of fish. Ah,
Oh yeah, I do like
Ah.
I like the nigiri.
Yeah, there's a place near me that does pretty decent sushi, but
Oh, you mean onigiri?
no, it's called
Oh, because I'm
Kaiba.
thinking because onigiri is rice ball.
yeah,
oh.
the style of sushi I'm talking about is nigiri, which is nigiri, and
Yeah.
that's just the meat on the rice ball.
Yeah, I do like their nigiri as well.
I mean, if I'm
No, you know, in that picture, your eyes look slitted.
well, she's got an Asian-ish background.
No. I mean the pupil. One of
It's
the
probably
pupils.
an artist's select
Interpretation.
interpretation. Yeah.
I think that's one highlight just makes it look especially like as we face it. It's the left eye.
What we don't realize is she's actually a pure-blood Yanti, right?
Mhm.
What's a
Ah.
Yanti?
It's a snake person. They're an evil race. They don't let people play them.
Yeah,
But they're purebloods. But their purebloods are like Slytherin. They can pass as people.
Okay. But nonetheless, Yeah, I never let people play it evil. It just ruins
Well, see,
the.
I don't mind as long as they take the central road because that makes them medieval. Ha 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 ha.
Ah.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Alrighty, so
We join.
in a similar fashion, a little farther down the hallway, you see a dwarf dressed in looks like caveman clothes, a spiked helmet on the side of his, laying next to his body, a big broad axe in his hand, um, laying face down in the center of the room, just like the elf was in the other one.
Are these the same people that did the thrones upstairs?
This is the same floor as them. You had to go
Yeah.
upstairs to find these tunnels, but this is the cord is the only one in this hallway right now.
Yeah.
No, but after 5 minutes, we joined him with the kids in tow.
I am. Is there anything beyond the corpse?
Sure, there's a hallway passing on a little bit further, and you see a portal, glowing with kind of a pinkish color, almost a pale pink, cloudy substance flowing and emanating from it.
All right. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna inspect it closely and make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Our
A 9.
fighter is making an Arcana check.
Yes.
It's a 9.
It's a
Barbarian
9.
also took one and got a natural 20. But those don't count during checks. It's
Right.
just fun. Bragging rights.
Nice. Yeah, you're always trying to one up him, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, the passageway actually smells like cotton candy and barbecue.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Cotton candy and barbecue.
Yes. Lunch then dessert.
Dessert then lunch. Get it right.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a jacked up dum dum flavor.
Sure. Sounds good.
Gum for dum dum.
All right. Fine. I'm gonna taste it.
Taste what? The
Um,
cloud of
Don't do it.
cloud of
There are
air-
erasers that smell really good, but it's not a good idea to eat it.
What does it taste like? I stick my tongue into the cloud.
Well, you can just get a wisp of it, and well, it kind of almost overloads your olfactory because once you put your mouth up and try to like inhale a bit of it, you feel the inside of your.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Okay, when you do, rainbow-colored material splatters on the wall, about a quarter of a cup.
Oh no.
You're still having a
Great.
hard time breathing. Make a Constitution save.
All right. 17. Okay.
You fight yourself. You fight the urge to actually want more of this because the taste and the feeling inside feels just amazing. It just like an overload, but you're able to resist that and pull away. And as you do, you'll cough out the other quarter cup of this stuff along the way. And so there's this rainbow-colored spatter on the floor and stuff as you step away from the portal.
Nasty.
Even though it's nasty, there's a little bit of your psyche that wants to go back and like pick it up and chew on it.
Ew.
Yum. Okay, well, I guess is there anything beyond?
Oh yeah, like I said, there's the portal, and then beyond the portal, you can see what looks to be an exit leading to the surface, and you see some daylight beyond it. Now it doesn't make any sense given where you are in the castle because
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna go past the portal, and I'm gonna.
Okay, so if you're gonna try to pass the portal, you're gonna have to make another save unless you run.
Well, I'm gonna run then.
Okay, so you go bounding past, And as you do, you see laying at the front door of that passageway, there must be 10 bodies, the heads removed, laying face down. Like whatever it was got close enough, and then something inside came out and reached out and took their heads.
Oh boy.
But you've now bounded past that.
I'm gonna continue on.
Yes, and beyond that, you see the archway opens into a courtyard, and under a pale blue sky, you see 9 ivory thrones with high backs and plush crimson appointments, even little wooden footrests awaiting you. To the left and the right, you see tall figures, maybe 10 and a half feet tall, with 4 arms each. It's overseers.
Or spell weavers.
Spellweavers, exactly.
I'm gonna put a big nopesy on this, and I'm gonna turn around and say, "Hey, venturing group, there's a bunch of overseers here."
Living?
Okay, so the rest of you, as you went down that second corridor, you come to the downed body. You don't see Cord
Cord.
anywhere.
So we go out of it.
Oh, I missed the chance to make a joke. Is V at the end of is in number 5, cell number 5?
Who knows? We're not there yet. When
Okay.
we get to 5, you can use that joke.
They're coming. We're coming quickly, walking quickly, and then we'll enter.
Well, so you didn't see him down the passageway too. So what did you do?
Turned around and went out,
Oh, okay.
and then we turned around, and then I said, "She goes to the next one because he seems to be following chrono." Cord, are you down here?
About this,
Cord,
Can I-
are you
about-
down here?
about this time, he's going to come bounding back out of number 2,
Out of number 2.
where you looked for him and didn't see him. He comes bounding out of that one.
Oh, I already went.
You already went where?
Number 2.
Aha! Ha, ha.
Sorry, I looked.
She had to go for a bathroom joke. That's okay. That's
A
good.
potty.
Well,
joke.
hey, you
That's
were
'cause
saying
she's
that the
immune.
rat pooed.
Yep, and she's well. You're immune because
Okay.
that was it. You're done with your jokes for the day. That's it. So he comes out saying, "There's overlords down here."
Living
Overseers.
Overseers.
or dead?
She's asking if they're living or dead. Cord.
Okay, let's.
I would like to point that just because something moves doesn't mean that's living.
No, he saw they were motioning
Oh.
for him to come and join and take a seat in one of his thrones.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do.
Nope. Not a
Like-
one.
We are a sad group, not a magic user amongst us.
I mean, I can do.
Divine sense.
Down which one?
3, where the overseers were.
That was 2.
Not
That
the
was
kind
two.
of mage.
Okay, we're going back down 2.
Okay, as you go down 2, you come to the cotton candy archway.
Yeah, you gotta run through that.
You have to run through that.
Yeah, otherwise, you're gonna
Go ahead and
get
make a wisdom save because he may have not said it fast enough. Let's find out.
12 plus 13.
Yep, you tell her fast enough. You got to run past this part.
Actually, yeah, 12 plus 13. Actually, it was a 13 plus 13. I
Okay,
didn't have
but
my
you-
glasses on.
26.
So you're still running past it. And you run past it, and you see the beautiful blue sky and the 2 overseers motioning to the 9 ivory thrones with red pointed seats, and even little wood footsteps for you to put your feet on.
She uses divine sense.
Divine sense, you will definitely pick up that they are otherworlders. They are not from here. They're over 60 feet away, standing by these thrones.
She moves closer, about 30 feet away.
So you're gonna go out underneath into the
Well, right at the
out of the cavern.
point where the cavern turns into the thing, she halts.
Okay, so you stop before you can get out.
Yeah,
They're,
before.
they're motioning with their hands, cupping them to the ears as if they can't hear what you're saying.
This could be a trap. I'm gonna roll insight.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's
That's
got to
a
be a trap.
That
I
does
mean-
not do it.
He can't figure it out.
Well, I don't know. It looked nice to me.
Now, let's all roll insight. Okay, I rolled an insight, and that makes a 31.
Okay.
I have no good feeling about overseers.
Then why you're running towards them, I don't understand.
Well,
11.
okay. As I said, I stopped.
11 or 7?
11.
11. Yeah, Mary's like interested to know. Actually, more than likely, Mary
Sure of that.
the great and powerful that you get, the great power you get from that, because you could become even stronger.
Yeah, and become as stupid as an ox.
Does
I
this-
still have a flask of that.
She shakes her head. No, you don't belong here. Go away.
doesn't preclude Umara from wanting to go out there, though. You'll have to grab her arm.
Umara? No.
But they're so interesting.
Umara. They've overcome your good sense. They are not interesting. Those are the ones that have that cotton picking.
All right, we're going to
Gone.
the third.
Okay, so you grab them both
It's so
and drag them
pretty.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I drag them both out, and then run through the pinkness with them, portal
Okay.
with them.
Yeah, you now have all had the wonderful smell of California State Carnival wafting over your face as you ran by.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right.
I used to go to the fair, and my sister and I would go in, and we each get a lemonade, and we get a corn dog, and then we go down and share everything after that. So we got a onion blossom, and we shared it, and we got the giant piece of bread, and with butter and garlic on it, and shared, cut it in half and shared that. So whatever we got, we just split it down the middle.
That
Enjoyed
sounds
the
fair.
heck out of it. Yeah, everything was, just tons of fun.
I'm getting
Okay,
hungry.
the third passageway, the flooring is fashioned by 6x6 hexagonal stonework. The walls still look cavern-like, but the floor is clearly fashioned. About a third of the way down it, you'll see a figure face down on the ground, like you have in the other two. But in this case, this one is much smaller, very gnome-like, and wrapped and swaddled in brown cloth. You can't even see its feet. Looks like it was actually running down this passageway in a burlap sack, like a three-legged race, like a sack race.
Or somebody had captured him and put him in a sack, and he just ran away with it.
Yeah, but it just seems odd that he's got his arms tucked into the bag like he's holding it up,
Yeah.
cover his feet.
Heck happened here?
Beyond that, you can smell licorice and cinnamon. And you see another
There's
portal.
something about that combination. I know if you smell cinnamon and something else, it's those Starbucks.
Oh no.
I'm gonna continue on past the corpse.
Okay. So you come to a black clouded portal. The billowing blackness does have that licorice and cinnamon aroma coming from it, but it's not nearly as strong or pervasive as the other. Beyond that, you can see a passageway, and you can feel the cool breeze of what must be nightfall wafting towards you.
All right. I'll run through the portal.
Running
mean the
through
cloud?
through the portal or past the portal?
Past the portal.
Okay, say if you're going through the portal, that's completely different. So passing by the portal, you notice that the portal itself appears to be made of interlinked bones, like somebody created something out of the remains of people.
People.
As you pass by, you can see the archway is open, and up above you see beautiful stars in the sky, brilliant spots of light of different sizes and dimensions, and there is a furry creature, maybe 5 or 6 feet tall, wearing a plate armor chest piece and leather greaves. Its head is bowed forward, and it has monstrous horns to either side of its head. Its mouth is filled with very sharp, ravenous-looking teeth, and laying at its feet are the remains of what look like 5 or 6 warriors. In his hand, he's holding a blade, a sword. He's actually holding the weapon by the blade, and as you watch, in his single hand, he breaks the blade with just one hand and throws the pieces on the ground.
He's alive?
Yes.
Hmm.
Standing out there in the darkness, standing in the darkness under the stars.
I'll try the 4th one then.
I see. Back up again.
Yep.
Retreat away from this one. Okay. And it is 10 o'clock, so I'm going to have to call it. So we'll continue these next week.
All right.
Yay! And eventually we'll figure out why the Urglic want this place so bad. So you guys have.
And then,
Let me go ahead and
sorry.
close out the channel real quick here. Thank you guys for watching the stream with us. We'll definitely see you next time, and watch for us every